don't you hop over there and work your way around?
I'm happy to do it. I
positions.
think it's important, though, that we probably explain that this year's All-Star voting is different than in years past.
That's a good point. Yeah. Break it down.
So it is important that I think that we make this distinction. This is the first year that they are doing the quote-unquote, I'm using them because it's the name of it, the Google MLB All-Star Starters Election. They need to figure out something with that name because it's terrible. Long story short, there's a couple rounds of voting that is all conducted by fans. They then select the players that they want at each position, and then the fans will actually select the starters. In years past, it's been a fan vote to get some of the players in, but not necessarily who the starters are. So this year, it will specifically be the fans being able to select the starters. So you said I'm on the AL, is that correct?
You got it, yeah.
Wonderful. So the pitchers are selected a little bit differently, so we're not going to go over them for right now. In particular, like bullpen, relief pitchers, closers, stuff like that. It's all taken care of a different way. But we will do the regular starters here. And so these are the finalists for the AL, for the catchers. From the Astros, we have Robinson. I'm not even going to say this right. Teniros. You have James McCain and Gary Sanchez from the Yankees. First base, you have C.J. Cron from the Twins, Carlos Santana from the Indians, and Luke Voigt, old catcher or old Cardinal player for the Yankees, and the All-Star voting. And then second base, you have Jose Altuve, Tommy La Stella, and DJ LeMahieu. I'm not even saying half of these names.
Hey, he's a former Rocky player, and he got traded over in the offseason, doing well up there.
See, there you go. Yeah, it's probably...
Yeah. That's LeMahieu.
Yeah, good for him. LeMahieu. Yeah. Now that I say that, I can read it now.
There you go.
Shortstop, you have Carlos Correa, Jorge Polanco, and Torres from the... Man, there's a lot of Yankees on here as I'm scrolling through this list.
Hey, they're the
Alex
Yankees.
They are the Yankees. Alex Bergman, Hunter Dozier, and Gio Urshela. Again, this is terrible. I'm not even saying half these names right. In the outfield for the AL, you have Betts, Brantley, Gallo, Judge, Meadows, Reddick, Rosero, Springer, and Trout. That should be no surprise. And then there is an extra spot for the AL, of course, because they have the DH. You have Cruz, Nelson Cruz, J.D. Martinez, and Hunter Pence.
Yeah. Hunter Pence still doing his thing, but down in Texas this year.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Ranger.
Yeah. Some curveballs in there, Eric. Not, no pun intended. But, some names, though, too. We're not too familiar. So a lot of first-time All-Stars. You mentioned Luke Voigt. Good to see his name in there, doing well up there. And you're not wrong. I mean, the Yankees, gosh, we were talking about this preseason. That team looked stacked, and they're showing it. They're proving it. Yeah, I think October Bound is on their bus, or, well, jet plane.
Yeah.
That's how they get around. All right, over into the National League. We're going to start it over on the catcher position as well. Brian McCann's in there with Yasmani Grandal from the Brewers, and then the Cubs' own Wilson Contreras is taking that top spot with over 2 million votes on that one. First base for the National League, you got Freddie Freeman from Atlanta, Pirates' own Josh Bell, and Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubbies. Second base has Ozzie Albies from also the Braves. Brewers have their own Mike Moustakas, and the Diamondbacks have Ketel Marte doing his thing down there in the desert. At shortstop, you have Javier Baez from the Cubs, Dansby Swanson from the Braves, and Trevor Story from the Rockies. And third base, Nolan Arenado, also from the Rockies. Cubs have Chris Bryant, Josh Donaldson from Atlanta Braves. Hey, I want you to pick up on something here, Eric. Who were my first two teams to go to the World Series this year? Who were my two teams? The Yankees and the Braves.
Braves.
Thank you, Eric. Yes. How many Braves?
I got a fun stat for you in a second.
Okay, all right, good deal. There's a lot of Cubs in there too, so they're doing something up there correct in Chi-Town. All right, before we move on to Eric's last stats, can't forget the outfielders of the National League. Cody Bellinger, we have Christian Yelich. No surprise there. Sunya Jr. from the Braves, Ronald and Nick Markakis, Charlie Blackmon, Albert Almora Jr., Jason Hayward, Kyle Schwarber, and Jock Peterson from the L.A. Dodgers. That is the whole finalist lineup for the National League.
Did you get Christian Yelich in there? I just didn't hear
I
him.
did, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful.
You can't forget that.
So you mentioned, the Braves and the Yankees. We talked about them having a lot of players. You also mentioned Chicago, but there are 3 teams that had 7 representatives from each of their teams. Houston, which was my pick, has 7 representatives as well. So don't try and drown me out with your Yankees, Braves nonsense.
Fair enough. A lot of Astros players coming out this year for the All-Star game, indeed.
Yeah. Excellent.
Right. A lot of talent either way, and looking forward to watching it. And yeah, should be a good one out in Cleveland this year. All right, that time now to just start wrapping things up. Let's get into those best games to watch from now until the next time we sit down and do a show. So what are you looking at out there, Eric?
So, one of the 2 matchups that I picked up, I did pick up some MLB matchups because I think, before the All-Star break, I think that's some time that you can see some movement in there. And I focused on one team. There's 2 series that I like from them. The Tampa Bay Rays. They're a team that's not going to get a whole lot of national attention. They're not going to be on TV a ton. Unfortunate, because they are a fantastic baseball team. But they have the Rangers in town at the end of this month, June 28th through the 30th. And then over 4th of July weekend, you had a preview that you saw, this series a little while ago, a couple days ago. The Yankees are visiting the Tampa Bay Rays over 4th of July weekend. That will definitely be,
on series.
TV. And will be a fun series to watch and follow. AL East is very top-heavy again. Unfortunately, my Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays are kind of the
no real surprises
for that
there.
division.
Yeah, at all. Of course, a couple of games that you have to watch: Women's World Series, World Cup. Excuse me. You have to watch any and all of those as you can. The time change be damned. They'll replay the games. It's worth watching. Some good football happening there. And then, of course, the All-Star game coming up. That is, what were we looking at? July 7th, right?
Should be.
When that's coming up.
I'd have to go back and double check. But yeah, right. it's in that time frame. So
yeah, we should have that ready for you guys. But who has it is the internet. So Google it. But the All-Star game's coming up.
That's right.
It's just about a week and a half. So got to put that on. Always a fun time. And, of course, the Home Run Derby the evening before is also always entertaining. All right. That's it for our show. Thanks for tuning in to Average Sports. If you guys like us, send us your thoughts or your show ideas at avgsportsguys@gmail.com. See you later.
Excellent. Bye, guys.